Hey guys, it's Erica Galinas with Century 21 Affiliated here for our weekly market update. This week we are talking about Dyer, Indiana. On the border of the state with Illinois, has a big footprint, lots of different kind of houses. So we'll kind of see what these numbers are. We're seeing just a little bit of slowdown, just like I've seen with my clients in the past, 2 weeks before Labor Day, something like that, in these different market updates. I think we're going to see some slowdown in these numbers as we go along. But here's what we have for Dyer. So this is for the month ending August. In August, we sold 49 units of real estate in Dyer. As I always say, that's a tiny condo, that's a giant mansion. We actually have some giant mansions that sold. Total volume was $19.1 million, which gives us an average price of $321,000. I did not include $1 million homes in that. There were $2 million homes that sold in Dyer. One was 1.4, I think one was 1.5. I didn't include those in these numbers just because that skews them. They're always on the market a little longer. Obviously, they sell for these, huge amounts compared to most of the standard real estate in town, so I left those off. So the average without, though, is about $321,000. Average days on market, 4 days. So we are seeing properties right now in different towns stay on the market a little longer, but these would have gone under contract in like July, end of June, sometime in July, close in August. So that 4 days on market reflects what was going on, 2 months ago, which in Dyer was absolutely crazy out of control. Average list to sales price, 94.14%, a little lower than it was, but I don't think that that's necessarily means a whole lot. I know that those $1 million properties, we're listed higher, when we're negotiating on a $250,000 house, it's $2,000 and $3,000. When you're negotiating on a $1.6 million house, it can be significant, even into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So that 94.14, I don't think is particularly indicative of anything. Last month we sold 45 units of real estate versus 49 this one, so about the same. Total volume 15.5. The average price last month was $346,652. So we did see a price drop of about $25,000. I will say that both with these sales and what we have right now of pendings, there were a number of condos, townhouses, and single family homes that were listed under $200,000, which has been unusual recently, and those are getting snapped up right away. But I think that probably reflects those, below $200,000 closings that happened in August versus last month. So I don't think a $25,000 price drop over the month to month is particularly meaningful. Sales to list average days on market last month, 5 days, same as our 4 days. So that's still, a steady number. List to sales price, 100%. So again, with that 94 this month, with those $1 million homes, with the negotiating there, I don't think that necessarily indicates that we're in for a huge market, slash. I think it's just, we're kind of just seeing the regular stuff. Active listings right now in Dyer. There are 31 active listings in Dyer, which again, not a huge number for as many homes as there are in Dyer. Now, Dyer doesn't have a lot of the new construction that's in St. John, that's in parts of Cherville, that's in Crown Point. Of these actives, there's only 5 new construction, of which I think 3 are the townhouses that they're, finally selling the last of those townhouses on the west side of town. The average price, so again, I split up the numbers. There are like $6 million homes currently listed in Dyer. Some, were relatively recent, 18 days on the market. One of them's been on the market for 538 days. So that one's skewing the numbers, so I kind of left those out as well. With the $1 million homes, the average price is $413,000. Without it, it's $349,000. So that seems more reasonable. And it is closer to last month's number of 346, not as close, but certainly close enough to this month's number of that average price of 321. So we're doing normal. I will say our average days on market are 28 days. This is, again, not a huge emergency. These are totally normal numbers in a normal market, but they are not numbers that we have seen over, starting in the spring, say April through to July, August. Things are sitting a little bit more, and we'll talk about a little bit why later on. Like I said, of the active listings, there's 5 condos and townhouses. The rest are single family. 5 of those are new construction. Those couple townhouses, and there's some single family homes that they put in on lots. So 26 existing homes. Again, 31 listings in the town of Dyer is not a big number. 28 days on the market indicates that things are sitting a little bit longer. And there's some outliers, some, ones that are in kind of bad shape, that are a little overpriced, that have been hanging around for a while. But we still have an inventory problem basically in our whole area. 31 listings in all of Dyer, even though things are slowing down a little bit because school started and things like that, is still not enough listings. 28 days on the market usually happens when there's, enough listings or too many listings even. So the disparity between these two numbers really only means one thing. Buyers have stopped looking. Not obviously 100% of the buyers or a certain kind of buyer or something like that, but on average, as a whole, buyers have stopped looking. Part of it's the fact that school started. Everybody's, kind of, reeling it down from summertime. It's fall. We were talking about Christmas and stuff like that. The other half is that a lot of those buyers have been looking since May, since April, have continually gotten beat out in multiple offer situations. Haven't been able to even get in the door. Like for a long time, if you couldn't see a property the same day, it was gone by the time you got it. So a lot of these buyers, signed another year lease, put off moving out of mom's house for another 12 months or 6 months or something. So the difference in having still so few listings, but being on the market for significantly longer is because the buyers aren't out there right now. I am going to talk about that a little bit on my Ask the Agent on Thursday, so tune in for that. Certainly, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll get a notice when that gets posted. But I do want to talk a little bit about that Thursday. There was a recent consumer survey done. I'd like to share that with you. So we're seeing that in Dyer. Pending listings. So this is stuff that was listed, has a buyer, hasn't closed. For they're doing home inspections, they're waiting to get their appraisal, stuff like that. 60 pending listings in Dyer with kind of tracks, what we've seen this summer. The average price is $306,950, which is a big drop from $321 last month, an even bigger drop from $346, and quite a bit lower than our average list price of $349,000. So I dug into that a little bit. It looks like we do have in Dyer a number of homes that were sold in that sub 200,000 area. Again, they sold in a matter of days because there's almost no inventory at that price anywhere around here. So I think there was about 10 that pending under $200,000, which went right away. And I think those are, I want to say, dragging down our numbers, but I think that's why that average list price is as low as it is. Obviously, we'll see what these close for. They may have gone for overpriced. We won't know until they close, and that'll be reflected on my monthly updates going forward. But I think the reason why that price is so low, again, doesn't mean that there's big problems in Dyer and everybody's prices are dropping. It's just that we had a big chunk of listings under $200,000. And like I said, they may close for more, so we'll see. Average days on market, 7 days. Like I said, those listings are going fast. This includes 60 of them. There's only 10 that are under 200,000, so that leaves another 50 that we're not. But we're still moving in that, week to week being on the market. Only one new construction. We know we don't have a lot of new construction in Dyer right now. So 59 existing homes, 11 were condos and townhouses, and the bulk of them were that 10 under $200,000 that I just talked about. $2 million homes, I took those out. That would drive the average up, but it doesn't really reflect the true price. So in Dyer, between our closings, between our active listings, and between our pending listings, and the way I was able to drill down, it looks like, just like in Crown Point, St. John, just like in my buyer database, buyers are not looking right now. I don't know if it's temporary because, everybody's scrambling, like I said, to get kids off to college or, for school to start or whatever it is. Honestly, I think it's because buyers have stopped looking. And like I said, that survey number backed me up. That doesn't mean anything bad for Dyer or any of these other towns. It just means that prices are going to moderate. It's been great for sellers, absolutely. But if sellers also have to buy, they're getting screwed as well. So we are approaching more of an equilibrium between buyers and sellers, which honestly is a good thing. If you're a seller and you're worried that you just missed out on $25,000 worth of equity, I get it. But the fact is that unless you were just going to put that $25,000 in the bank, oops, you can't, because you have to buy something that has also gone up $25,000. So we are actually, like I said, approaching kind of an equilibrium, and that is good for buyers and sellers, even though, it doesn't necessarily feel like that these are good numbers for sellers. So that's what we have in Dyer. I mean, kind of this, we went up fast I think we're going to go down slow because buyers are going to come back to the market. It's going to be a while, but to see how it shakes out probably after Christmas. But I think we're going to continue to see these numbers kind of just, slowly roll downward, but we'll keep an eye on it. Next week, I am doing a market update. I do them on Tuesdays. It'll be for Crown Point. We talk about Winfield, which has a lot of new construction, not so much existing homes. And then we talk about Center Township in Crown Point, which is, basically all of Crown Point, 1890s all the way to, stuff recently. So please tune in for that. If you know somebody who lives in Dyer, interested in moving to Dyer, please share this video with them. Like and subscribe to my channel. I do these twice a week, one market update, one Ask the Agent. And certainly if you have any questions, I'd be happy to help you answer them. Go ahead and call or text me anytime at 219-765-2062. You can also email me at hsbyerica@gmail.com. Stands for Home Sales by Erica. Certainly comment down below, send me a direct message, whatever's easiest. I am always happy to help. So thanks, guys, and I will see you on Thursday. Hey guys, I'm glad you're enjoying my videos. If you have any questions about buying or selling, but I'm not in your area, I have connections to an international network of realtors who would be happy to help. Give me a call, text me anytime, 219-765-2062. I'll be happy to give you the name of a realtor in your area. Thanks.